back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another how-to video, this time on my brows. There will be a series of how to brows in general because I don't use just one technique or just a series of products when it comes to my brows. I sometimes use powder, I sometimes use pomade, I sometimes use pencil, so there's an array of products that I want to show you how I kind of use on my brows. But today's video is going to be a how-to brow tutorial slash powders. So I will be showing you how I fill in my brows with powders. I will be using my Essence Brow Stylist Duo, which I love. It's super cheap, it lasts me ages, like I've been using this for a long time. It has 2 shades and I believe that this comes in kind of different colors, so you can buy this in different colors, but I'm not sure what shade or combination is this because the kind of writing has worn off, but I love using this. And I also will be featuring Jordana's brow eyeshadow powder in the shade 01 Natural Taupe. I also have this one, it's in the shade 05 Brunette, but I'm not using it in this video. But when it comes to powders, this is what I use, either the Essence Stylist Duo or the Jordana brow powder. Now, when it comes to powder, as you will see in the tutorial, I love setting my brows whenever I'm using powders, even when I'm using any other product like pencils or pomades. I love setting them, so I have a vast collection of brow setting mascaras. I have one which is the Makeup Academy Brow Define Tinted Brow Mascara, which is what I will be using today. I also have the Catrice Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel. I also have the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Gel. Then I also have a Maybelline one, and I also have an Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara, and I also have an e.l.f. Clear Brow Mascara. So I have quite a collection of those because I cannot leave the house without setting them. It's like a pet peeve of mine, I need to set them brows. When it comes to brushes, I also have quite a few brushes. When it comes to, you know, brow brushes, which you can use with either powders or pomades, but my favorite one is this one. It's from eBay. The brand is called Emily Makeup Brush. I will include that in the down bar. I will go through my purchase history list and I will try and find it because I love this for powders, only for powders, because it's quite fluffy. When I'm using powders, I like quite a fluffy kind of brush, whereas whenever I'm using a pomade, I like a thinner, more tapered, sharp brush. But when it comes to powders, this is my favorite, and I need to buy a backup, so it's better if I find the link. Basically, it's just an angled brush and it fits perfectly on my brows. It glides on perfectly. I love it. It's of great quality. It was super cheap, like £1, so I love it even more. I have quite a selection. I have a Morphe one, a Real Techniques dupe, another one from eBay. I have quite a selection because I can never get enough of these, and you can use these kind of brushes as an eyebrow brush or as an gel eyeliner brush, so they're multi-use, so you never have enough of these, I guess. When it comes to brows, I feel that brows are really personal, and like, they're personal. They reflect your personality, they reflect your character, they reflect how you are or how you want to be perceived as a person. So, like, they're my life. I don't go out without my brows. I'd rather go out without foundation, but without my brows, no. When it comes to my brows, as I said, they're very personal, and this is a very important thing. I don't know if you can relate, but when it comes to brows, I feel that they change depending on the mood. Like, for example, if today I have a certain mood, I'll draw them a certain way, then the following day, like, if you go through my photos, they're never identically the same. I never actually draw them the same because it depends on the makeup look, it depends on the day, it depends on the mood, it depends where I'm going, it depends on a whole lot of different factors. Brows take a lot of time to do, so it all depends. I'm going to the makeup look and all that jazz. So my brows are never the same in each picture. And also, I like to emphasize, don't stress yourself in wanting perfect identical brows, because it can not happen if you don't have like perfect brows already, you have them tattooed or something, because brows are sisters, not twins, so keep that in mind. Okay, so first I'm gonna start by using this Jordana Brow Eye Shadow Powder in the shade 01 Natural Taupe, and I'm just gonna fill in the, you know, inner part, I guess, because it's the inner part of the brow, just to create kind of ombre-ish look. So I'm gonna grab this shape, which is very, very light, and it doesn't really show up, but it creates this kind of shadow, so it's perfect for the inner part. As you can see, it's very light compared to my natural brow color, so this is not good for an all over the brow look, but it's okay, it's good for this part right here. So now that that's done, I'm gonna move on to the Essence Brow Stylist Duo, and I'm gonna use the lighter shade from the kit. I'm just gonna go over the part where we just did. I think my camera is playing games today, and I'm slightly going over it. Then I also like to flick a little bit with what's left on the brush. I'm gonna keep on filling the first part of the brow with the same color for now. Then I'm gonna move on to the second color, which is the darkest shade, and I'm just gonna fill in from the middle to the end of the brow. Here comes the tricky part. Before, I like my brows to look rather arched. Now I prefer them to look kind of more striking and more bold, so I prefer to kind of create an illusion that my brows are kind of more straight. So what I do is draw a line on there. Let's come to this part right here, to the tail of the brow. I like to extend my brow because it's not as long as I'd like it to be, and I also like to create the illusion of having a higher arch at the end of the brow. And since my brows are quite, like, they're not as wide as I like them to be, so the arch kind of is in the middle, and that's not where I like my arch to be. They like, from the side they can look quite droopy, but I like to create the illusion, like I draw the arch further down kind of, and not here, because my natural arch, like my brows are naturally arched, so they have an arch of their own. It's out of focus all the time. So I like to create the illusion of having the arch further down, just because when I elongate the brow, my natural arch is here, so there's quite a distance. So what I like to do is I create the illusion that my arch is here instead of here. With what's left on the brush, I then like to go into the inner part, just like so. Then what I like to do is I like to grab a concealer brush and gently kind of fix the brow, kind of, because it's hard to explain, like to make it look similar to the other. As I said before, brows are sisters, they're not twins, so they're not supposed to be identical, but I like to make them look as similar as possible. Now what I like to do, when I'm using powder, I like to incorporate a brow pencil as well, just because since I reconstruct the brow, I don't just fill in the brow, I need something more consistent as a formula, more thick, and brow pencil is perfect for that. I need to draw rather than fill in, but first I like to fill in with the powder, and then I kind of go in with the pencil wherever I need more coverage, and that is where I don't have hairs, where I don't have eyebrows. This is where the brow pencil makes its appearance, because if you have full brows, you can just go in with brow powder, you have no problem whatsoever because you're just filling in. But when, like me, you're reconstructing, you need something that will help you make that, like, fill in that patch. Now in my case, I sometimes go out or leave my brows just with powder, but I have noticed that in pictures, like with the flash, it shows a lot when where there is no hair and you went over it with just the powder. It shows a lot, like the difference in photos. I can see my real brow hairs and I can see where I went over the brow area kind of with the powder. So whenever I go over that area which has no hairs with an eyebrow pencil, that doesn't happen. So what I like to do is first I start from here and I like to kind of go over the line that we created because it is the part that needs most coverage since there are no hairs. I like to go over the arch and a little bit on the tail as well. I like to keep this part free just because we want the kind of ombre look going on. Now of course if you're seeing them as overwhelming, like they are a little bit overwhelming to me too, although I'm used to them, but that's just because we have no face makeup, we have just foundation on and a little bit of lip balm on. We don't have any mascara, we don't have any eye makeup, no lashes. I'm a heavy makeup wearer, so I need big brows because whenever I wear lashes and thick liner and dark shadow, they kind of fade away, like not fade away as in the color, but they're not the main focus of the face, if you get what I mean, because there is lots more makeup going on, like lips, contouring, eye makeup. So I need my big brows because I feel that they balance my face better. I have quite big lips and eyes, and I'm quite, like, not a big person, but I'm quite tall, so I'm not a short kind of girl, I'm not a shorty, so I feel that complement me well. And I also feel that my character as a person, like, I'm very bold, I'm very kind of fierce, I speak my mind, I'm very bubbly, so I feel that my brows also complement my personality, and that's the way it should be, I think, because brows are so personal. So I really like that my brows reflect me as a person. Okay, so what I like to do next, I like to use a concealer to sharpen up the brows. Today I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Complete Coverage Concealer and I'm going to use the lightest shade. I'm just gonna grab a concealer brush and go under the brow with this concealer, and then I'm gonna blend it away. Okay, so another thing that I like to do, I like to grab my beauty blender and go over the inner part of the brow just to fade it a little bit more, but make sure that you don't have any foundation traces or anything. Brush everything with a spoolie afterwards because it will show in photos especially, so make sure to do that. Okay, so now that we're almost done, the last step that you want to do is set your brows. I don't leave the house without setting my brows. I need something to kind of put them in place, set the product, especially if it's powder because it needs setting, so I swear by my brow mascaras. Today I'm gonna use, I have multiple brow mascaras as you can see, but today I'm gonna use the Makeup Academy Brow Define Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Mid Brown, and you want to start from the end of the brow because the brush, as soon as you take it out from the bottle or tube, it's fully loaded with product and you don't want most of the product on the inner part because you will lose the ombre effect. So you want to start from the outer part, let's call it that way, from the tail, and move your way forward to the beginning of the brow. After doing that step, I like to grab a clean spoolie and kind of make sure that the product is spread evenly. After that is done, I like to grab my concealer brush again and go over the top just a little bit. Just so everything is nice and clean. I like to set my face, like right now I have only foundation because you know, you're playing with concealer and I'm constantly touching my kind of face, my forehead mostly, with a concealer brush, so I don't set my face with powder until I'm done with my, you know, eye makeup basically, because I like to apply concealer after I apply eyeshadow, so I like to set my face after, and it comes handy with the brows because you don't need to worry about having to like messing with your powder. Also, I have been going through a process where I'm not touching my brows, like I'm not plucking my brows or waxing my brows anymore. It has been months since I last touched my brows. Today, like before this tutorial, I kind of removed some of the hairs over here, but it wasn't like my eyebrows as such, it was like on my forehead basically. I'm not a hairy person, so I don't have a problem with needing to touch up my brows like frequently because I'm not a hairy person and my hair, kind of body hair, doesn't grow as fast, and I've been wanting thicker, more bold brows, so that's why I haven't been touching them. I wanted them to grow. I have also been using a special secret something which I will film a video about it most probably, which had my brows grow, especially the inner part, because I didn't have any hairs there and it made that section grow. I don't use it every day because I'm quite lazy when it comes to that. I need to start doing that more, or I forget, but I will film a video. Let me know if you're interested. I know that everyone is obsessed with brows nowadays. I make brow contact before I make eye contact. Yes, I do that. I kind of look straight at someone's brows and it's just beyond me. I have to look at them brows. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching, you learned something new. I know that this video has been requested for ages, brow tutorials. You have been requesting them for ages, and this is the first one of the brow tutorials because I will be including more brow tutorials where I will be using pencils and the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the brow, and also the MAC fluid brow gel, brow cream, something like that. So I will feature those too. Hang in there. The how-to videos are really close to my heart. I really enjoy filming them. So yeah, stay tuned for those. Please like this video for more videos of the sort, and I see you all in my next one. Bye guys! By the way, tutorial on this look is filmed. It's quite a cool tone tutorial and it will be up either in the coming days or next year, because next year is next week.